we have a OCG metagame report from, well, the OCG. But it's with Chaos Origins is the interesting part here. Chaos Origins has just been released in the OCG, and that is that. This report tabulates 231 top performing decks from 44 tournaments to better gauge the impact of the new booster set on the metagame. Tournaments that did not allow Chaos Origins were excluded. So this is all tournaments with Chaos Origins in the mix, which is cool. So let's see if anything from Chaos Origin was able to overtake Cool Tune as the best deck in the format for the OCG right now. No. We have 22% Cool Tune, 13.9% Elf Notes. Worth pointing out that Elf Notes got very good support in Chaos Origin as well. With the new, I think it's called Elf Notes June Pride. The new synchro is crazy, makes Regina a crazy turn 0 play. So we have a lot of Elf Note in the mix here. However, in third place, and this is the real interesting thing here, Ritual of Light and Darkness. Now, 10.8% in a format that is pretty dominated by Cool Tune and Elf Note is respectable, I gotta say. This is the new Dark Magician of Chaos / Black Luster Soldier archetype. We've looked at it a couple of weeks ago. And I guess the big question here is this so popular because it's like the new toy syndrome? Because people are just trying out the new stuff? Or is it actually performing well? That's something we're going to be finding out soon, I suppose, when we have more reports coming out in the future. But it could also mean that a couple of people were trying it and actually are performing well, and now people are seeing that it's performing well, so this number could even go up in the future. So we'll see how that goes. I hope they included the deck list for it so we can take a little bit of a look at it. Let's jump into it. Cool Tune had no new boosts from Chaos Origin, but remains the best deck of the format. This is also in large because they completely ignored it on the most recent Forbidden and Limited list, even though it was already the best deck. So, yep. There's nothing crazy to be talked about here with Cool Tune. This is still Rose Whip is crazy to me. But yeah, this is definitely a Cool Tune deck of all time. Pretty standardized at this point. Nothing really to talk about here. This deck is completely unhit in the OCG. So, yep. Elf Notes. June Pride Elf Notes is a new level 10 synchro from Chaos Origin. That's a new option that can be synchro summoned with the Power Patron effect. June Pride Elf Note improves Regina's ability as a hand trap, as it could bring out all three Lucina, Tinia, and Fortuna together. For example, with Elf Note Regina and Lucina in hand, Regina's first effect, send Lucina from hand to grave as cost, special summon it. In the center, Regina's special out Power Patron increased by 3, and then make June Pride Elf Notes in the center main monster zone. Channeling 2 Regina to add itself back from graveyard to hand if it's used for a synchro summon. Chain 1 Elf Note Power Patron to add Tinia from deck to hand. Then June Pride Elf Note's effect to return itself to the extra deck, special summon Tinia from hand, Lucina from grave, and Fortuna from deck. So, yeah, that makes Regina a genuinely strong turn 0 interruption. What you get from this, essentially, if you have all 3, Tinia, Lucina, and Fortuna on the field, you can, like, basically switch them around and get all of their effects. Tinia is a random hand rip. Lucina is a bounce of a level 6 or lower monster, I believe. And Fortuna returns a spell trap from field to the hand, which is the weakest of the 3. But, yeah, basically you get a random hand rip and a bounce from this, plus follow-up, because the Regina ends up back in your hand. If your opponent doesn't have Ash Blossom. If your opponent has Ash Blossom, you're going second with 3 cards in your hand, congratulations. But if your opponent doesn't have Ash Blossom, it's a pretty good interruption. But yeah. The Synchron package is currently the most popular build. Jet Synchron and Star Junk Synchron are also useful for the opening combo, besides being used for Synchro Emergency. So this is essentially something that this combo has 48 steps. Okay. The end board consists of 7 disruptions. Baron the Fleur, Elf Note Tinia, Dawn Dragster, Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, Elf Note Lucina, Rhapsodia of Madness, and Fortuna. Okay, dude. I mean, so essentially you have the Elf Note interruptions, and you have Crystal Wing, Dragster, and Baron. Awesome. 3 Omni Negates. Well, I mean, okay. An Omni Negate, a Spell Trap Negate, and a Monster. Cool. So you're going to be negating 3 cards. And then The Elf Note. The crazy thing is, the Elf Note interruptions are actually not that crazy. They're fine. But, of course, the thing that wins them the game is just summoning the most powerful generic synchros in the game. And, yeah. Cool. Also, you have Cool Tune B2B. And can be used as a disruption against Synchro and Exceed deck. Chaos Angel. Okay, yeah, I mean. Yeah, this deck is powerful because... And I guess this is going to be a big question for us when we get the Synchro Emergency. Because, like, these types of Synchro decks are scary because they are so resilient for going second because they get to play really strong non-engine that not every other deck can also play. It's not just Harmonia. It's not just Harmonia, because it's also with the new Junk Synchron and Jet Synchron, you get to play like the Synchro Trap, which is pretty scary as well when you're going first. So this deck basically has like, this deck has 48 step 1-card combos that end on this board, and it gets to play Harmonia, Fuba, Ash, Maxi, Droll, Gamma, followed by, and Synchro Emergency. So, yep. It's less non-engine than some other decks, though. This is 6, 10, 11. It's still 15. It's still 15 non-engine, but slightly less than other. I mean, it's 15 plus Regina, which means it's 18, realistically, right? So it's 18. It's still 18 non-engine, 17 of which are hand traps. Why do they play 3 of the bird? I would assume maybe because they want to maximize the number of Elf Note cards to make Regina live. And the Power Patron is just slightly better than playing like an extra copy of Fortuna or something like that. So you just want to play like, you want, because Regina does need an Elf Note card to be live, right? And it's not a bad card in general. And here we go, Ritual of Light and Darkness. Also, it's just a pleasure to see these side decks where every deck has 5 Solemns in the side deck. I think yeah, here too. It's so cool when a deck that already summons 3 negations just sides in like Judgment and Warning. That's awesome. Ritual of Light and Darkness. Ritual of Light and Darkness is a new theme from Chaos Origins that's based on Yami Yugi's deck in the Duelist Kingdom arc. Reworked with powerful effects that is more comparable to the modern OCG gameplay. Ritual of Light and Darkness relies on setting up Mind Shuffle as their main strategy. Black Chaos, the ultimate magical swordsman effect, and Gurifo are 2 ways to bring out Mind Shuffle from the deck. Okay, let me get a quick reminder on what Mind Shuffle was. During either player's turn, add a monster that mentions Ritual from your deck to your hand, discard a card. You can only... Oh! Yeah, dude, this card is awesome. This is the one where you like keep bouncing back and forth between your stuff, right? Like when your opponent activates a card or effect, return a level 7 or higher monster you control to the hand. Special a monster with a different name from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. You can activate, yeah, you can activate the effects. You cannot activate the effect of Mind Shuffle in the same chain. So you like keep swapping them back and forth, which is really cool. Yeah, this one's awesome. The Fallen package is currently the most popular build. Fallen of the White Dragon provides a quick way to synchro summon the Crimson King, which would fetch Soul Resonator or Crimson Call, and in turn get Gurifo. Okay. So you play it with an Albaz, Fallen, and the Virtuous package. The end board consists of 3 disruptions. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. If this is viable, that's good news. Lackluster Soldier, Soldier of Light and Darkness banishes 1 card the opponent controls. Chaos Hats changes the opponent's activated effect to destroy a face-down defense position monster your opponent controls, and the Fallen and the Virtuous is part of the disruptions. Ritual of Light and Darkness is a mid-range beatdown strategy. The deck mainly has BLS and Chaos Hats as disruption during the opponent's turn. However, it has a very powerful board-breaking ability in Black Chaos, the ultimate magical swordsman's 3rd effect, which can banish 2 cards the opponent controls. The deck also has a lot of grind power. Black Chaos, the Dark Chaos Magician's 1st effect could add a spell card from grave every turn. Skull Archfiend of Chaos effect can shuffle cards from the graveyard or face up banishment back into the deck. Ritual of Light and Darkness uses effect monsters and ritual monsters for their gameplay, and the Fallen package is used for synchro summon, so it can run Fidrolus Harmonia without much drawback. Mind Shuffle's 2nd effect could be used to return Fidrolus Harmonia from field to the hand, allowing Fidrolia to be reused every turn. If you already have Garifo in your opening hand, then Fallen of the White Dragon can be used to synchro summon Stardust Dragon, Victim Sanctuary, and Deck to protect your plays. Task went a step further with the Fallen package by including 3 Branded and High Spirits in the main deck to fetch the Fallen of the White Dragon. Grand Guignol for the Swordsman, Black Chaos Dragon, Drone Lockbird, Albion as a dragon for Fedrawless Harmonia, and Rindbroom for Mochami Fualos. Task went 6-2 and finished third, which had 38 teams and 114 participants. It's decks like these that give me hope. It really is decks like these that give me hope. It's kind of a pile though. I don't know, man. This does not feel like a pile. Or at least like, yes, I guess here's the thing, right? When people say slop these days, do you think they refer to like the number of different engines that go into a deck or the play style? Because for me personally, it's the latter. Like when I say slop, I mean like it's more like a feeling of how the deck plays. I don't mean like, oh, this is slop in the sense that like, oh, you just like you have 2 different engines together in a deck. Which by definition, I suppose maybe is the correct way to go about it, but it's, at least for me, it's not what I mean when I call something slop. It's more like the play style of just like heavy combo is how I feel about it. So this is not, to me, it doesn't feel like a slop deck. It feels very, this is just mid-range. This is pretty much just mid-range. You dislike FTKs, not slop. Maybe slop is just the wrong word for it. Maybe it's just what everyone like it's just using way too much as a phrase. But you know what I mean when I say it. I feel like most people understand. But yeah. It is a little overused. I agree with you there. I mean, I just think, and this is like, it is surprising to me in a way. It almost feels like this is a little bit of new toy syndrome, because as much as I would love this deck to be good, I just feel like when decks in the format do this with 1 copy of Prohibited Power Patron Portal Terminus, they do all this. And then I look at this and it's like, here's your 3 disruptions from the end board. A banish, a change in effect to something else, and a pop with Fallen at the Virtuous. And I'm just wondering like, how on earth is this gonna keep up in the long run? And I'm hoping it's good enough, but I just feel like the OCG might be too high power level for this in the long run. The rituals are good. The rituals are good, but yeah. I just hope that this deck is going to be good, man. This deck is so healthy. Conclusion. Chaos Origin has a significant impact on the metagame. Cool Tune remains at the top. Elf Note sees a resurgence, and Ritual of Light and Darkness debuts as a new top contender. Ritual of Light and Darkness had a terrific run at Asia WCQ OCG Malaysia, finishing in 2nd place and in top 4. It would be of interest to see if Ritual of Light and Darkness can carry this momentum into other major tournaments of the upcoming weekend. All right, that is something that we're going to be on the lookout for. Also, we see the new pot here in the side deck, not really being played in other side decks, which is a little disappointing, but okay. I mean, we'll see how that develops. Interesting. Okay, so some fresh air in the OCG, even though it's not everything is changed. There's still a lot of things that remain the same, but at least a new, interesting mid-range contender has entered the format, which is a win in my book, so we'll take it.